Ball here in New York. And today's starter, Griffin Canning. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
There's a swing and a miss.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Gets a piece and stays alive. And that one lifted in the air center field. Taylor has this one sized up, makes the catch, and there's one gone. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck, way back there, and it hits the fence. He's in at second with a one-out double.
Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Stepping in, Marcell Ozuna.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the dirt. Olsen over at second, one down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
That is fourth.
And the batter now, Austin Riley. Down the line, it's a base hit. Here comes Olsen around third. He will score, and they take the lead. And it's an RBI single, 1-0.
That's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
So here's Murphy now. Not even close there. And it's 2-1. Two outs. Rip towards third, and that'll do it. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And today on the hill, Grant Holmes.
Well, Boog, maybe a little pedestrian there in terms of the ERA, but with those numbers, you expect to be in a ball game and have an opportunity to win. And really, that's all his teammates can ask for. So we'll see if he's able to be consistent in this one.
We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Francisco Lindor. Maybe not an elite level switch hitter, but still a guy. Some contact and just success as a hitter from both sides of the plate.
Well, he doesn't get too big with the swing. He knows how to hit behind runners, and those are guys that can just smell that RBI. So when you're talking about a consistent player like this that can give you good at-bats from each side of the plate, that's the guy that you're going to see many times coming up big.
Now pitching for
Number
Atlanta.
36 is forced to the mound after the injury. This is his third time out this year. Ground ball right side. Olson. Lindor retired. And let's take a look at the lineup. And perhaps part of the game plan is to get into the bullpen as early as possible. They're facing a staff that's blown a lot of games in the later innings.
Boog, as hitters, you're aware of that, but you don't want to become too relaxed and wait too late in the ball game because you never know what could happen on any given day. But with that said, even if you fall behind early, you've got a lot of confidence that this game will not be over until that final out.
One out, base is empty.
Whoa.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Juan Soto now.
Right fielder, Juan Soto.
Runner takes off. Fought off foul. Runner goes again. There's a ball. And safe. It's a stolen base.
Looks like they're trying to answer back on that run they gave up in the top of the first by being aggressive on the base paths. I like that, especially early in this ball game. Be aggressive while you can and see if it leads to some type of big inning.
Swing and a miss. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Pete Alonso now, always a power threat. The Polar Bear hit his 200th career home run last season.
Yeah, and that home run came right here at Citi Field. He's the 4th fastest player in baseball history. Harris
makes the play, and that's the inning. Mets strand 1. They trail here 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ozzie Albies up to the plate.
Ozzie Albies.
Falling behind 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. The 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The pitch. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Soto should have this one. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the wall. Very gritty.
So up next, Eli White. That's a little high. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-1.
Next offering is fouled back. To third. Beatty on the run, sends it over to first. And he beats it. Everyone's safe.
That's why you run hard 90 feet. Take nothing for granted, especially when you've got great speed. I'll take the infield knock.
And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And there's one down.
Batting ninth, shortstop Nick Allen.
Nick Allen next up for the Braves. One out. Runners at first and second. That's off the inside corner. And a count 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Swing and a foul out of play. Two on, one out. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
So the batting order turns over. Ronald Acuna Jr. will hit next. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. Pitch misses, and that's ball 3.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Back here in Queens, bottom of the inning, and stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil.
That's in there. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Set down on strikes. That's the first slider we've seen today, and it was almost unfair.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count.
Batting 7th.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
Brett Beatty.
What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
Runner on the move. Now a slow roller to second. Albies tosses to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
Torrens.
So digging in, Luis Torrens. And a swing and a miss.
1-2.
Tying run in scoring position. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. 1 hit, 1 left. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field, new inning getting started, and now Matt Olson up to hit. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Headed towards the corner, and that's a foul ball. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate.
Marcell Ozuna.
That one almost got him. On the ground to the left. Oh, great grab on the dive. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Austin Riley.
That was an impressive diving stop. Singy, let's dive into the numbers. Statcast, the symbol.
Yeah, Boog, a really good effort just to get his glove to the ball. He found a way to do it and just produce a strong throw as well. So that right there is a great play all the way around. Just really smooth.
2 down, bases empty. Austin Riley at the plate. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Two outs, bases empty. That's a base hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Here's Sean Murphy. Now a screamer into the outfield. Grabs it on the run. And that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. And we're back. Set for the bottom of the third. And stepping in for New York, Ronnie Mauricio.
Ronnie Mauricio.
Good job to fight that one off. The other way. Throws across the diamond. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So the lineup flips over. Francisco Lindor, the next to hit. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
That one down the line, and foul ball. Ground ball to the right side, and it goes just foul. The shortstop takes the ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, designated hitter.
Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo.
Clips the corner, 2-2. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Spencer Schwellenbach getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Offense held in check there. On to inning number 4. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton and set to lead off the 4th, Ozzie Albies. That misses. Ball 3.
You know, these Braves showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. (3-2). Stays alive. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. 1 up, 1 down.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Now it's going to be Eli White. Hit in the air, center field. Taylor under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. Out number 2.
Up next for Atlanta, center fielder Michael Harris II.
Next up for the Braves.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. You know, he saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish. Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swings and misses. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Down in order go the Braves, but they lead it 1-0. Back here in Queens, and now the right fielder, Juan Soto.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Two and one now.
Throwing the ball really well today. That two-seam fastball's got good run on it. Excellent job of moving it around the plate.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Soto on at first, nobody out. Check swing, called strike.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now batting left.
And now here's Jeff McNeil.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
On the ground, right side. Feed to second, that's one. Return throw to first, got him. Double play, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field, ready now for the 5th inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Nick Allen. Next pitch is outside. Action in the Mets bullpen. Clay Holmes, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Peterson getting loose as well. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Puts it away for the out. And there are 2 outs.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Two down, nobody on. And it remains 2-2. And there's a ball.
Here in the 5th inning, and here he is about to throw his 100th pitch. Man, he's really had to grind through to get to this point.
See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. And the Braves go down quietly, but they're on top 1-0. And we're back. Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
Center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Right through there for a strike. Foul tip, and he hangs on. That's a strikeout.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it, and you swing over the top. And that's why they call it a split-finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
And next for the Mets, Brett Baty. Just missed. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And now 2-2.
Well, they just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's showing some pretty dominating stuff out there in this one, not just in terms of swing and miss, but also in terms of command. You know, all the strikeouts, they just kind of speak for themselves, but when you don't walk anyone, you're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. And a breaking ball misses outside. Two outs. Fouls one off. 2-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We're through 5. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing.
Now pitching.
Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Clay Holmes.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, One-run game.
Atlanta,
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. 1-1 now. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Now batting third baseman.
Here comes Austin Riley. And strike two. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Huascar Brazoban up and loosening in the pen. This one popped up, middle of the infield. And there's two away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Sean Murphy. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Inside, and the count's full. Outside, and that is ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch,
now
and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Ozzie Albies.
So a man aboard. Now in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies. Squirts away a little bit. Nice job behind the plate there. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Braves 1 and the Mets nothing. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Spencer Schwellenbach.
Now pitching.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Ronnie Mauricio now. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Activity in the bullpen. Pierce Johnson getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Montero warming up as well. Trying to check his swing. Appeal to 3rd. No, he held up. That one just misses. Counts full, 3-2.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. Really thriving with the bat this season here at home. With the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
So now here's the Mets DH, Brandon Nimmo. The 2-1. Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's one. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over.
Well, the second baseman made that one look easy. Great feed to the shortstop. Shortstop completes the play. They get out of a jam, and they end the inning.
Back here in Queens, we go to the top of the 7th. Here's the left fielder, Eli White. The 1-1. That finds the mark on the inside corner.
Two.
White started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and yes, he offered at it. So up next, Michael Harris the second.
Michael Harris the second.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
At the batter now, Nick Allen. Outside low, 3-1 now.
3-1.
Two down, nobody on. That's in there. Full count now.
3-2.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Hit on the ground to short. Fires over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Braves go down quickly here. They lead it 1-0.
Now pitching for
So
Atlanta.
a lefty out of the pen, Dylan Lee.
52.
And if you dig into his walk
Dylan
rate,
Lee.
his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Juan Soto getting ready to hit.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. He circles the bases. Home run number 20 on the year. It's 1-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Here's Pete Alonso. That one way inside. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here, the bottom of the 7th. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team with that right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Runner on the go, and he can't come up with it. Still fires to first and save. Couldn't recover from the misplay. First and second, no outs. And now the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
Off the mark there. Now 3-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
First and second here, no outs. Hit on the ground, might be 2. There's 1. Back to first, and that is a double play.
That was a much-needed double play right there. It gives him a really good shot at minimizing any further damage in this inning.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's the third baseman, Brett Baty. Ground ball right side, boots it. Still able to fire over. Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him.
Now, this has been a good, tight game so far, but now that error looms pretty large. I got to think that's going to weigh on him for a little while, unless somehow they can come back and win this thing.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Dylan Lee gives way, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
Bryce
Atlanta.
Elder into the game.
Number 55.
Just trying to keep this one close here,
Bryce
and
Elder.
this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now it's going to be Luis Torrens. Next one is off the play. Ball 2. Elder fires. In the air, out towards left center. White makes the grab. And the inning is over. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Stanek.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Way upstairs, and a count 2-1. Action in the pen down there. Edwin Diaz, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Garrett also throwing. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
That's off the mark, and the count is filled up.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Matt Olson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Got him swinging.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Here is Matt Olson. Yeah, that's fouled off. One down, base is empty. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Swings through that. That misses the zone, and now 3-2. Austin Riley in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Ozuna tries to hold up, appeal to first, did not go.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Here comes Austin Riley. Left field. McNeil in position. And that's the third out. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and one left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the bottom of the 8th and stepping in for New York, Ronnie Mauricio. Pulls that one foul.
Well, 2-2.
Line drive, caught.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. Back to the mound, he's got it. The throw to first, 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, designated hitter.
2 down, base is empty. So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. And that skips into dirt. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the slider just misses. Juan Soto would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. White ranging back. Makes the catch, inning over.
Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 39, Edwin Diaz.
Back here at Citi Field. Now, Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Drops into the glove, and there's one down. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism has shrunk a little bit, but they got a couple more outs to work with. They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one around the bases.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Braves down to their final out.
Now batting left fielder Eli
And next for
White.
Atlanta, Eli White.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
This was by no means an offensive outburst. Only 4 hits the entire game, but good teams find a way to win, and they did.